Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Deja and I'm the artist behind Starstruck Pups Art. And in this video, we're going to be working on a few dog sketches on this snowy day. So grab a hot drink, grab your sketchbook, pet your dog, and let's make some cute art. Despite just telling you guys to grab a hot drink, I will be having this smoothie here since I actually ran out of hot cocoa yesterday. I know, awful timing with the snow day today, but I'm fine with it. I'm having fun with my adults version of my Trix yogurt. But let's go ahead and let's just move some stuff aside so I actually have room to sketch today. I've already set up a grid for myself to draw on and I am ready to go. So with these sketches, I'm just keeping in mind the Cute and Cupid art challenge, where the prompt for week 2 is self-care and sugar, which is super fun, but also these sketches are a way for me to practice and just get comfortable with drawing different dog breeds. Starting off strong, I picked this reference from Pinterest of this little dachshund eating his little popsicle. It really reminded me of those popsicles from Zootopia, where that little fox was swindling people into buying the remains of his lollipop while he pretended to be a child. So it just made me laugh. I figured I might as well bring that kind of joy into my sketchbook too. So starting the sketch off, you'll see that I'm a little bit slower as I'm working because I'm just looking at my reference photo to make sure that where I'm placing down the shapes makes sense for the most part. I like to follow my reference photo so that I can learn where in space things need to go, but you'll often see me using a level of creative license to move things around in a way that I like. I'm not necessarily all about being perfect to the picture, or at least I'm not trying to be, everything perfect, but I do also want to work on my actual skills for creating more realistic drawings so that as I move forward in my art journey, I can genuinely draw anything that I'm imagining in my head and have it be proportionally correct because I've been practicing and gaining the skills of drawing different objects and dogs. On the first draft of my sketch, I'm really not worried about messing up or needing to redraw on top of what I've already put down on the paper, because I know I'm gonna go back in with my kneadable eraser just to pick up some of the lead that's already been placed there and then go back down with more of an opaque line afterwards. So right now is really all just about plotting things where I like them and trying to figure out if I prefer something to look a different way. I'm really just taking the time to get a vibe for how I want this piece to come out. Not gonna lie guys, I missed having a kneadable eraser so much. I tried to convince myself that I didn't need it so that I didn't have to get up off my butt and actually go to the store to get it. But now that I have it, it's like, how did I live without this thing? Number one, I get to have fun pulling it and squishing it, and it's just a nice little fidget toy for me. But number two, look at how it picks up this color without leaving any issues for me. I'm obsessed. Anyways, so for now, I'm gonna go ahead and actually start filling in my drawing with some color. With my last Cute and Cupid sketch, I realized I really don't want to work with two different colors on one sketch, at least not right now. I'd rather work with analogous colors, at least until I get comfortable with different color variations. I'll still be experimenting, but I think that it's okay if I perfect the color ranges that I've been working with, and then from there, kind of taking it to the next level. Finishing up the sketch right now, and I'm actually really liking how it turned out. I like the way I used the colors and just how it came out totally, but I'm ready to move on to the next, which I have decided will be the Lady and the Tramp characters during their famous spaghetti sharing scene, except I'm actually going to be replacing the spaghetti for rainbow sour strip candy. If you know what I'm talking about, you know that these are absolutely delicious, and anytime that I have them, they just turn my day around. So once again, I decided to bring that level of joy into my sketchbook. So I'll be replacing that spaghetti with the shower straws, and maybe I'll end up painting this one, but you know, I actually probably definitely won't, just because of Disney's licensing rules, and I'm not trying to play with that. But until then, I'm just happy to have this little happy sketch in my sketchbook and to be able to look at it and just enjoy it in my own way. Now I'm done laying out some of the basic shapes, and I'm ready to start putting in some of the details from the actual scene of the movie. I love drawing cartoon characters. I've been drawing my favorite on-screen characters for years and years, seeing as they were the only thing I felt like I was able to draw when I was younger. I was able to draw a lot of other things, but I worked best with characters because I worked the most on them. One, because they seemed easier to draw than real life things, and two, because I was a kid and cartoons made me happy, so I drew what made me happy. So it's nice to go back to the basics and just draw for the sake of fun rather than for the purpose of trying to further grow my skills and move forward in my art journey. I'm not saying that this isn't me growing and learning through drawing Lady and the Tramp. I'm just saying that here, fun is my priority. So now I'm gonna go ahead and just start coloring in the characters. I'm gonna be using a more blue-based purple to color in Tramp, whereas, wait, hold on. Can we talk about how awful of a name that Tramp is? Like, I really hope that I go back and watch this movie and they renamed him, but anyways, I'll have to see. Anyways, I used a more blue-based purple for Tramp versus a more red-based purple for Lady over here. The correct colors that I actually used are violet and mulberry. But yeah, I'm just gonna maintain this color family throughout the sketch outside of the rainbow strips. For that, I'm actually gonna be using a red, orange, yellow, and blue. I didn't have my green color pencil with me downstairs, so I'm just hoping that these primary colors together are giving the look that I'm hoping for. The next dog doesn't fully fit the vibe of the Cute and Cupid challenge with the sugar and self-care prompt. It definitely matches the self-care with his resting pose and his little pillow, but I did forget to include a little piece of candy on his tongue, that's sticking out. But I just like to pretend that he just ate something really sweet and now he's licking his chops at the end, very satisfied with what he just ate. So let's just all pretend that with me for now. I'm gonna go ahead and use some different colors for highlights and shadows that I'm seeing in this reference photo. I actually use 4 different colors: pink, red, yellow, and a form of yellow orange. I actually had to cut out a lot of this because I continually put my hand directly in front of the camera, so I didn't get all the good shots I was hoping for, but he still came out super cute and I'm really happy with him. For For this next sketch, I'm actually going to be redrawing something that I already created once in the past, except at the time I made the foolish mistake of, well, okay, wait, it wasn't a foolish mistake. I made the choice to sketch on a random piece of paper because that's all I had in my hand at the time, or I guess all I had in front of me, and you know, the need to create just struck. But because of that, I no longer have the original sketch, which is totally sad. But you know, at the end of the day, just do the next best thing, do the next right thing, as Anna from Frozen would say. So I'm just gonna go ahead and redraw it. It's totally fine if it doesn't come out exactly like the other one did. I have no problem with that. I just want to have different drawings and things in my sketchbook that make me happy. And when I drew this the first time, it did exactly that. I actually enjoyed making the sketch the first time so much that I ended up making a painting of it. So I'm going to go ahead and put a photo of that right here. I am absolutely obsessed with this little painting, although to be completely honest with you guys, I recently, it breaks my heart literally even just to mention this right now. I accidentally ripped this canvas literally 2 days ago. I was trying to get it down from this place on the wall I had put it, and as I was coming down from the chair I was standing on, because I am so small, I slipped and my arm fell down, and I immediately thought to just catch myself, but in doing that the painting went right into the chair that I was standing on, which of course caused a little rip in it. I definitely cried, but after the initial shock I realized that it's totally fine. At the end of the day, maybe I won't get to sell this painting, and unfortunately I can't make prints, but it wasn't so damaged that I can't repair it a little bit and put it up in my own home to enjoy all the work and time that I put into it. At the end of the day, all's well that ends well, and while I don't know if I'd call this ending well, I will say that at the very least, I now have a cute piece of art in my home. I've also learned a little bit about whether or not I do or don't want to continue moving forward canvases. I'm going to consider wooden panels. Everything's about learning and about moving forward, and I'm happy to do that even with a crazy incident like this. So for now, I'm just gonna go with the flow and enjoy the art that I create, no matter how I need to enjoy it to make it work. At this point, I had completed the main sketches of the dogs that I was hoping to get done in my sketchbook today, but I felt like the page was a little bit blank, so I figured I might as well do some paw studies. I am constantly drawing paws in different angles and lights, so I might as well practice whenever and wherever I can. So I'm just going to go ahead and include a nice little orange paw down here in the bottom left, but then I actually ended up doing a second paw to the top right as well. And maybe even enjoy it a little bit more. You'll see. In the next reference photo that I'm using for this pink paw that I'm working on, there's actually a lot more fur between the toes, which I actually absolutely love since my dog Amelia had the furriest toes. But I mean, even outside of just loving the reference photo, I really do love the way that I created this paw, and it gave me more confidence to work on more paws like this in the future. Oh, it's so cute with the mulberry on it too. I love it. Now that I've added the two paws on the left hand page to clear up some negative space, I realized I should probably do the same for the right half, except I decided to go for a bone instead of some paws, just to work on some different shapes and, you know, the use of different colors. So here I didn't use analogous colors. I actually decided to include some orange just to again experiment a little bit. I personally don't recommend rawhide bones to any dog parents. We can discuss that in the comments. But for now, it's a great way to take up some negative space in my book and to get some practice in. And we're done. I absolutely love the spread that we created. I think that it came out really great. I love all the colors. So if you really liked it too and you want to see more like this, follow, like, and subscribe so you could stay updated, and we'll see you next time.